offense. How do you think they rebounded this week and the team collectively today?
Not bad. I think swung the bats much better today. Just overall approach was much better, top to bottom. Squared up a lot of balls. We're able to get some key hits with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. RBI situations we're able to come through, and much better overall mindset, I think, going to bat tonight off a kid who has been pretty dang good. So we're pretty good night overall.
Coach, what did you make of Ben Jacobs' performance, starting off with 3 walks and then being able to escape that inning, and kind of a peculiar stat line tonight with 8 strikeouts and 7 walks, but still delivered very solid baseball for you guys?
Yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't what you used to seeing out of Ben Jacobs, but he's come a long way mentally. I think for him to walk the bases loaded in the first, and had a couple calls maybe go against him on the check swings, and then for him to be able to settle in and really get out of that unscathed with putting up a 0. I mean, it was a huge momentum shift, right? So I think in the past things get really ugly, there. But he was able to. He's grown maturity-wise, and I think for him to settle in and just trust his stuff and execute his pitches and work his way out of that, it was huge, not only for him but for us, and then just kind of the overall momentum part of the game to come back, them having the bases loaded and don't score, and then we come back and score a run in the bottom half. It just kind of shifted that whole momentum of the game that I felt like, at least. And he went on and battled tonight. I guess that's the best I can say. He didn't have his best stuff sharpness-wise, but he battled, got us 4 innings and was still able to put up zeros. So it's the name of the game.
You used just 3 arms tonight. How does that impact your bullpen decision-making tomorrow?
It's good. We only use 3 tonight. If you can have, most of your bullets in the gun tomorrow. So we feel pretty good with Jack starting tomorrow, and then we have plenty of arms behind him.
Another 3-hit night from Kyle. Really seems to be resurging to even maybe higher than what his maximum potential was last year. What have you made of? I know you talked about it in the midweek, but what have you made of his resurgence after struggling really to start his time here?
Well, I think I spoke on it several times that he was putting together good at bats, just wasn't getting a whole lot of love. But he's kind of taken it to another level now, where he's putting together every at bat. Seems that he's putting together a great at bat and squaring it up pretty good right now. So his energy at the top of the lineup has just been outstanding. Ever since we lost Vu to injury, he's stepped into that leadoff spot and just done tremendous. So he plays with a ton of energy, and I'm loving watching the success he's having. He just adds another dynamic to the entire game when he gets on base.
How does that energy just radiate down the line if he wasn't even the only one with multiple hits tonight?
I mean, it's infectious when he's the way he is. He makes everybody else around him better. So again, always talking, always chirping out there, and high energy. And then when he gets on base, it's another threat, to what he can do. So I'm excited that he's doing what he's doing.
Landon went 2 for 4 tonight, threw a walk. Always hard to replace a guy like him, but what did you make of his performance tonight?
Hardest ball he hit, made an out on too. I think. Well, second hardest ball he hit, I guess. But the one he smoked to center. I mean, he just been. I think he saw 3 pitches in his first 3 at bats, and all 3 of them were line drives. So he's swinging the bat great. I'm extremely excited for him, and I know he can hit. And now he's playing a solid right field as well. So it's just nice having that extra depth, in case you don't like having injuries, but they're inevitable. They're going to happen. But having guys that are able to step in and fill in the shoes that we need him to do, he's doing a great job.
Coach, nearly a lot of fans in attendance for the first Big 12 home game. What did you make of the environment tonight?
That was awesome. I have envisioned this place being like this, since I got this job, and tonight was really one of the few nights that I've come out of the tunnel to go out in the dugout and just the fans are already there. A half hour before the game, and they just kept piling in. Saw standing room only kind of down the left field line. It was just like, man, this is this is finally getting to where, hopefully they keep coming, because it's adds a lot of energy, not only the environment, but our guys just have an extra gear of motivation when there's that many fans in the ballpark, and it's just a heck of a lot more fun atmosphere when we have a packed house. So thank you to the fans for coming out. Please keep coming, because it helps.
Patsy Brockett told me it feels like the old days again. Is that something that you have been feeling? Even with USC this week, they drew a pretty good crowd. Is that something that you've been feeling since you played here?
Yeah, I think it's. I never played in front of a crowd that big, here at this place. So just to get people back around and have them continuing to come out and support us, and then for us to perform well in front of them, I think hopefully that just is proof that, man, we love having them out. That it's a much better environment. It's a lot more fun, and it's pretty good baseball too. So. All the people that are in town for spring training, great. Go watch your spring training today, but then come over here to Muni at night and watch us play. So it's a lot of fun.
I know it was Backyard Devils Week, and you and all the other coaches were really pushing to try and raise money for these programs. How does a night like this hopefully inspire these people who came to the game tonight to help you guys out and keep this team the way it is?
No, with the landscape of college sports now, it's like it or not, I mean, it helps. Every bit of it helps, and for us, just having the packed house tonight was huge. And like you mentioned, even on Tuesday, we had a huge crowd. So that to me that's the best recruiting tool we can have. When you come here and you play in front of 6,000 people, tonight here at Muni, or close to 6,000 people, that to me, that's if you're a young man that doesn't want to come and play in 72-degree weather and 6,000 people a night, then man, I don't know what to tell you. So, I mean, it's a great place, special place, and so just their presence alone is a huge win for us tonight.
Coach, Josiah had 2 home runs tonight. What are you liking from him at the plate, from his approach?
He's done a good job on making some adjustments to off-speed pitches, I think, which has given him more of a complete repertoire when he's going to bat. He's not just a one-trick pony that can only hit a fastball. He's starting to make adjustments to off-speed pitches, and the home run he hit to center was off a slider today. And when he's doing that, watch out. So if he's able to hit that kid's slider and take him to center field, and no doubter to center field, that's he's starting to get locked in, and when he gets locked in, it's scary.
You obviously have a pretty talented lineup, but him leading the team in home runs, what more does he need to do to maybe slide up the order?
I strategically map out our batting order for a reason, so I'll leave it at that.
And just the catching as a whole, obviously it's not a position that people often think of as a super offensive position, but just all the catchers on the team have been pretty good at the plate this year. Kind of what does that bring to the lineup out of that position to get that much offense? Well,
competition for one thing between him and Brody, and Manny, is mixed in there on occasion as well. But those two, not only do we keep them fresh and keep them healthy, because catching's the most grueling defensive position on the field. Those guys are back there wearing foul tips and getting beat up a little bit. So it's nice to have 2 guys that are A, pushing each other, but B, you can spell each other with and keep them healthy and fresh throughout the year. So, offensively, both of them have done a great job, and hopefully that continues.
Coach, how has the pitching lab impacted the growth of your pitchers this season?
It's been monumental. We've had that out there for a long time, and it's been a nice recruiting tool, but it really hasn't been functional to the point where it is now, where we have everything we need in there. I think it's just helps these guys understand how to pitch. It's a tool. It's not the gospel, right? There's still, to be a good pitcher, you got to have something between your ears, and you got to have an attitude and go attack, right? But I think these guys are starting to understand. They're able to see their how the repertoire works, and basically make small tweaks so their pitches tunnel better and that type of stuff. And in the past, we're we're verbalizing it, but they can't really see it. Now you're able to show them all the, whatever bells and whistles you want, you're able to show them and tweak the grip on a pitch and see the result immediately on how it's affecting their, can't believe I'm saying this, but their spin rates or their vertical angles or whatever the heck else they talk about. But they're able to see the difference, you know, and for us to have the tools to be able to help develop our arms, it's been night and day. So for all those people that helped contribute in getting that finished up, it's been huge.
Earlier in the season, the offense would occasionally kind of explode for a lot of runs in one inning, but stay silent the rest of the game. You challenged them to find more consistency, and tonight they had multiple innings of multiple runs. What have you seen from your lineup in responding to your challenge?
I saw one good game tonight, so let's see if they can back it up tomorrow. Do it again. They did it off again. A phenomenal young man that throws the heck out of the ball for them. He's had a lot of success here in his last couple of years, and for us to come out and, like I said, put up 7 runs off of him, that was an impressive night. So, and again, we squared up a lot more balls that didn't drop. So can we back it up and do it again tomorrow? And then again the next day. So we'll start with tomorrow and see if they can come ready to do it again tomorrow and just keep stacking these performances on top of each other and hopefully get on a run.
With Ben, and I can count a handful of other guys that we've seen this season, he had bases loaded, no problem, was able to get out of it without allowing a run. What have you seen from the confidence of this staff as a whole, and how does that play into, I know Jeremy's talked about a lot, really emphasizing the mental game in here.
You know, I think it's just controlling what you can control, focusing on the next pitch. Nothing you can do about, you know, after you walk a few guys or whatever, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's just keep it small and continue to keep your foot on the gas and execute your pitches. That's kind of the mindset that these guys have to have is next pitch mentality. You can't worry about what happened and you can't control the result of what happened. It's just on to the next one. And keep attacking and keep executing. So, again, I think Benny would be the first to admit didn't have his best stuff tonight as far as location is concerned, but he was able to grind through it, and a lesser Ben Jacobs would have maybe imploded and given up a bunch of runs in those situations, but he's really taken a step forward on the maturity level and has taken that to heart and, you know, kept us in that game by putting up 4 zeros and let our offense go.
Last question, Kevin.
Coach, this is an offense for Kansas that came in tops in the conference and some metrics in the country, 4 hits overall as a staff. But I want to talk specifically about Jonah and Cole. They combined for 5 innings of just 1 run, 3 hit baseball. What did you like about their game tonight?
Jonah came in, attacked the zone, outstanding. Both of them did really. Cole walked a guy, but when you're attacking the zone, throwing your off-speed pitches for strikes, it makes it challenging for the other hitters. So Jonah did what Jonah does, comes in and calms the waters and keeps it right there for 3 innings and gives our offense a chance to get rolling. And Cole came in and did a good job. Glad we didn't have to get anybody else up. You know, I didn't want to go to a 4th arm tonight and expose another arm for them to see, you know, but Cole did a good job slamming the door and getting that done. So again, when you got guys coming out of the pen, attacking the zone, throwing strikes, forcing them to beat you with hits versus walks, that's helps my blood pressure.
Thanks, Coach.
That's okay.
Thank you, Coach.